Flowing red hair with a caring personality, a smile of gold and a gaze that can trap you into a maze. I know, I'm such a poet. A humble local herbalist from the medieval ages. I'm sorry, I just eat up my words. I introduce you to our lovely protagonist, Shirayuki, whose name roughly translates to Snow White. She lives in the kingdom of Tanbur, and for those of you who haven't seen the anime, please go watch it. She is approached by Prince Raj, or is it Prince Raji? Because in the manga they call him Prince Raji, but in the anime they also call him Prince Raji, but the subtitles say Prince Raj. But anyway, Prince Raj's guards order her to appear before them the very next day and become Prince Raj's concubine. Like, homeboy Prince Raj has only heard about her red hair. He hasn't seen her. She could be a 1 out of 10 for all he knows, but homeboy wants that booty. Like, come on, man. Anyway, Shirayuki, she ain't about that life. She a thug, she cuts her hair, and she dips in the middle of the night. And while she's on the run, she comes across a cottage, and this is exactly where she ends up meeting our other protagonist, Zen Wisteria, from the Kingdom of Clarinus. He is the second prince, and he's there with his 2 personal aides, or knights, Mitsuhide and Kiki. He is polite, true to his word, a true gentleman, if you will, a noble who likes to learn about everyone around him, regardless of whether you are a commoner or a noble. Shirayuki and Zen are a very admirable couple. From the very first time they've met and onwards, Zen has always asked for Shirayuki's thoughts and opinions on what she wants for herself. Shirayuki doesn't shy away from letting her thoughts be heard and voicing what she wants to do, from letting Zen know her passion for herbology to letting him know that she wants to be able to be someone that can stand by his side and provide some sort of aid or help to him whenever he needs it. The two have respect for each other and care a lot about clearing up any sort of misunderstanding that happens between the two of them. Communication is key, and well, this one example is the best example of them all. It's when Prince Izana is bothering and teasing Prince Zen and tells him that he has to accept at least one of these marriage proposal meetups, and in that stack of list, Kiki's name is written there. Kiki, his personal aide, she is actually a noble, and so Zen takes advantage of this, and he knows that Kiki is not interested in him, and as a matter of fact, Kiki really respects Shirayuki and Zen's relationship, so she agrees to play pretend and go on this pretend marriage meetup. And while they're, playing pretend in the garden, Obi, he dips, and he decides to meet up with Shirayuki, or rather, he sees Shirayuki passing by, he says, yo, hey, what's up, makes a little small talk with her, finds out and discovers that Shirayuki actually knows that Zen is meeting up with people for these fake marriage proposals. Obi chooses not to tell Shirayuki that the person that Zen is meeting at the marriage proposal meetup is actually Kiki, because Zen discouraged Obi or anyone from telling anyone that the meetup is with Kiki, because they're trying to trick Prince Izana, but I think Zen expected Obi to tell Shirayuki that. There was that little miscommunication between the two of them. As soon as Zen hears that Obi hasn't told Shirayuki, he's worried that, Shirayuki might be upset, rightfully so, because she was upset and she did misunderstand. He immediately makes time and prioritizes meeting with her and talking with her and making sure that any sort of misunderstanding is cleared up between the two and that it doesn't hinder their relationship, and that she understands that Zen has no intention of meeting anyone else or accepting any marriage proposals. They help each other grow. They pick each other up whenever, one's feeling down or beat up by something. They don't let either one feel defeated, or even the people that they love around them. It's adorable to see support for Mitsuhide, Kiki, and of course Obi. Obi. When it comes to Obi, it's a little heartbreaking because he does kind of form a teensy tiny bit of a crush on Shirayuki, but I don't even look at it as love triangle, honestly. I think they just did that just to spice it up, but I think he respects Zen a lot, and he respects Zen and Shirayuki's relationship a lot, so I wouldn't really worry about it. I really do hope that in the manga, eventually they do make Obi meet somebody before they wrap up the manga. I really do hope that maybe Kiki and him end up together. Well, I did get a spoiler. I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Maybe I will. A spoiler alert. I think Mitsuhide rejects Kiki. I saw a panel by accident, and yeah, I think that happened. So I'm bracing for it. So yeah. Also, I want to say I absolutely think it's amazing that Prince Raj, he starts off as this like shithead. You know, you hate him because, well, you don't hate him. You just think of him as a bad guy that wants Shirayuki for her hair. And as time goes by, he meets up with her multiple times, and there's an actual friendship that grows out of it. And it's quite admirable, honestly. Mihaya actually offers, you know, that one guy. He offers Shirayuki to be adopted into his family so that she can obtain the nobility title, which leads me to the next section of this video, and that is the challenges that the couple face. The biggest challenge that Shirayuki faces is her commoner status and her red hair. She gets targeted for her red hair, of course, because this is during medieval bumfuck nowhere era, and if something deviates even by a little bit, everybody and their grandmama is gossiping about it, and everybody judges the ever-living shit out of it, because this is the medieval ages where people are just not used to seeing something different and out of the norm, right? And thus, she's constantly bugged about it, and this is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of nobles, retainers, knights, and scholars think that Zen keeps Shirayuki close to him. And not for a second do these brain-dead idiots think for a second that maybe he actually, I don't know, loves her. Zen, on the other hand, I think his big challenge is his big brother. Izuna is always messing around and teasing Zen. He's doing everything he can to make them go the opposite way, or creating distance between the two of them to see how long their love can last, or does it break, right? But I do think that Izuna teasing them and pulling them apart, especially when he does make Shirayuki go to the north to Lydius, I do think it is going to benefit Shirayuki because it gives Shirayuki the opportunity to build a reputation with other scholars and people around her, to show them exactly what she's made of, and that, you know, it's not just her red hair. That's not what makes her special. It's her skills in herbology, you know? She's a great herbologist, and her love for medicine and her research are something that people should pay attention to, not just her red hair. The biggest challenge to their relationship is that Zen is born in a royal household. He is expected to marry somebody who might be either royalty themselves or a noble of some sort, someone of a upper class or some sort of title to that, to their name. And well, Shirayuki is a commoner. In order to kind of break that mindset, you'll notice that Zen and Shirayuki in season 1 and season 2 multiple times will say things like, you know, that they're working really hard to be able to stand next to each other and help each other in one way or another. But mainly when they say they want to be able to stand by each other in season 2 and in the manga onwards, when they use that verbiage, they're trying to kind of break that judgment that Shirayuki mainly will face if the two do decide to get married, because people will try and speak against it because she's a commoner. So I definitely recommend watching this anime if you haven't, and I do personally think that their relationship is really healthy, is really refreshing. I'm really proud of Shirayuki. She out here being a STEM girl. Like, we love that, you know? I love it. It's amazing, especially because in the manga, I expected the manga to be very romance heavy, and when I started reading it, there's this whole like arc in that Lyrias area where they're studying that Orlin Marlis? I'm sorry if I'm remembering it incorrectly. I kind of speed ran that because it did kind of get boring, because I was like, I'm having a hard time caring about this makeup glow-in-the-dark light stick. It's not a glow-in-the-dark light stick, it's a plant that glows in the dark, but you get the point. Yeah, it's really heavy on the fictional herbology. It's really cool. Actually, if you're really into that kind of herbology scene, medieval age thing, you might actually like it if you haven't read it, Apothecary Diaries. I think there's an anime coming out soon. So a big shout out to this person out here. Thank you for recommending this video idea to me, and of course recommending watching Snow White with the Red Hair. I absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you so much. It was such a good watch. Thank you, travelers, for stopping by at the Meow Tavern. As always, I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.